Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Brian F. here at Capcom Cup IX. We're on the scene to get the exclusive scoop on what people are going to miss, and more importantly, not miss from Street Fighter V. This is the last Capcom Cup for Street Fighter V, the final send-off before we move into a new game. So let's find out what the top players really think. All right, we got Idom, the reigning Capcom Cup champion here. I'm just going to ask you a few quick questions here. You know, this is the last Capcom Cup for Street Fighter V. So first off, what's one thing you will miss from Street Fighter V going into 6?
I think the thing I'll miss most from 5 is definitely Laura. I think Laura's a sick character, but you know, people don't like her, but I think she's a cool character. This is an amazing character design. Top 5 design characters out of all of fighting games.
So you're saying she's really good?
I'm not saying she's really good. She's very interesting.
But her design is so good, she must be a great character. Broken, maybe?
Interesting is what the word I'm looking for.
Okay, interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Okay. You're the only one missing Laura, but besides that, what's one thing you will not miss from Street Fighter V?
I will not miss Luke, even though I know he's in the next game, but he definitely needs to be removed from 6. Before the game comes out, take him out of 6, please.
Yeah, he's not quite the same beast in 6 so far, but I don't know, a couple balance patches tweaks, they might bring him back.
That would be terrible. They'll ruin the game.
All right, we're here with Marine.
Hi.
Hi. It's the end of Street Fighter V. You know, Street Fighter 6 is around the corner. What is the one thing that you will really miss about Street Fighter V going into Street Fighter 6?
Laura.
These Laura players. That was Idom's answer too.
Oh, seriously?
Yes, it's gonna be only you two answering
Bro,
Laura.
okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna miss Laura because like she is a very fun, mix-up character. She does a lot of resets. Your health bar just depletes so quick. It's pretty great. You know, I would rather have her in 6 than Luke, please. Put Laura.
Well, what about Manon? Not the same vibe?
It's like, I don't think she has a fireball. Cause like, she's like—
Good!
No,
why does a grappler have a fireball?
Okay, please, because like, I think, as Manon, like she has those really nice footsies. I feel like it's very similar to like, Chun-Li's footsies. But then she has a command grab too. And of course, like, I know she kind of has more of like, she brings you in and then you have to guess. So I think maybe she might be the character, but I feel it might be a little like heavy executionable because in Street Fighter 6, it's not like Street Fighter 5, right? It has a mix of Street Fighter 4 and 5, but I feel like it's mostly leaning towards 4. So,
interesting. Okay.
One thing I'm actually gonna miss about Street Fighter V. I mean, I really liked a lot of the original characters in this game, to be honest with you. Like Zeku, G, like a lot of those characters, register with me super hard. Like more so than like a lot of the traditional fighting game characters from Street Fighter, like the Guiles and the Ryus and stuff like that. I always lean a little bit more towards the Saw, so I'm gonna miss like G and Zeku specifically.
G is too sick, and yeah, we got the World Warriors again in 6, but I don't know, JP's looking kind of cool. We got a little bit of some sauce coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the one thing that you absolutely will not miss from 5 going into 6?
Oh gosh, I was thinking about Rashid, but he's in 6.
Yeah, we can't count our blessings too soon with that.
Probably this iteration of Dawson. I'm not gonna miss it.
Okay. You had me confused for a second there. You're talking about how crush counters aren't bad. I thought you were going to say Dawson's not so bad too.
No. This iteration of Dawson is something I will not miss.
Too much? Too much?
I really feel that he has every answer, or he has an answer for every situation.
Okay.
And because of that, it's all about the person piloting him, and I think that's why you don't see too many people at high level with him, because you really have to make the correct decision every time.
He's pretty technical for a 5 character.
100%.
Even though he's busted.
Yeah, and I think that because of that, if you do have that capability, he's extremely dumb.
So Dawson over Luke. So Dawson is more egregious than Luke to you.
I agree. Yeah. Okay. Straight up. I agree with that.
I kind of, All right, now we're here with Young Ho from Chile. What is going on, Young Ho? How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, I have one very important question for you. What's one thing that you will actually miss from Street Fighter V once Street Fighter 6 releases?
Nothing.
Nothing? I know you've been a prominent complainer about Street Fighter V a little bit.
I think Street Fighter. One thing I'm going to miss from Fight 2. I think one thing I don't like about the game is the ride rush.
Okay.
Ride rush seems too difficult to react in neutral because you confuse the animation with the dry impact.
Right.
So there are going to be a few months when people will start getting hit by dry impact trying to check dry rush. But anything else, I think Street Fighter 6 is way better game.
I actually kind of like the way that Street Fighter V plays neutral a lot more than Street Fighter 6. Something about Street Fighter 6 just feels very off to me. I know a lot of people don't like that normals are shorter in this game, but the way that neutral has evolved to like the current meta of Street Fighter V, I think it's really, really enjoyable. I hope Street Fighter 6 ends up being really fun in its own way, but I think I'll definitely miss just that way that Street Fighter V plays in neutral.
Okay, so what's the one thing that you will for sure not miss from Street Fighter V? The one thing you're super happy to see gone?
The online, please. Take the
netcode?
Street Fighter V netcode and throw it away for the window.
I won't miss some characters. I don't like Abigail. I don't like Luke. But no, I think probably the big thing, and I don't really like lose to it a lot, but of course we see it a lot. I mean, Capcom Cup, we have what, 12 Lukes?
Right.
So I think that's kind of a big thing. Of course, I think this season is the best balance-wise, but he's still an overtuned Shoto. He's playing the game, but he's playing the game in a Luke way. Like, he doesn't necessarily play our game, we're playing his game. So
Everyone, we got Problem X here, EVO champion, Street Fighter League EU champion here at Capcom Cup. What are you gonna miss about Street Fighter V in the future?
There's no Bison in Street Fighter 6 at the beginning. That's the start. There's no Abigail. I'm gonna
Okay.
miss. There's no Alex. I'm gonna miss all my characters.
All right.
None of them are in the game. But I'm gonna miss obviously the memories of all the tournaments I've been to, the big victories of Evo, Kumite, such. But just chilling with like everyone, all the atmosphere, everyone leveling up, all the moments we've had. But I'm ready to play the new game.
So you're gonna miss the robbery though, that's what I heard first.
Oh yes, I won't miss the robbery. I won't miss being on the receiving end.
So then what are you not gonna miss?
I'm not going to miss crush counter. I'm not going to miss being on the receiving end of V-trigger activations.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you do it, it's fine.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a selfish game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, now we're here with Oil King, and Oil King, I have one question for you.
Okay.
Street Fighter V, it's coming to a close. What's one thing that you will actually miss from Street Fighter V going into Street Fighter 6?
I don't know. I maybe will miss my performance in the tournament. You know, Street Fighter, I think my result is not really, of course, it's not perfect.
Right.
But not bad.
But very good.
Yes, but we don't know about Street Fighter 6, right? But of course, I will try my best.
Right.
Because I'm a programmer. Yeah, I think I will miss. And I believe some player, when become Street Fighter 6, some player maybe not play yet or something, may lost player too.
maybe a bit of the mechanics, because it actually created a genuine different rock paper scissors method. Because V-Shift, when it was introduced, everyone was so confused. People complained that grapplers will not be good, and then all of a sudden it changes some of the dynamic of games. So I think V-Shift, or just the V system in general.
With that said, what's one thing you will not miss?
I like Street Fighter 5, so maybe nothing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that answer.
Oh.
I like Street Fighter 5 too.
Maybe I will not miss in the season 1.
Season 1, yes. We don't talk about season 1. Season 1 was. All right, now we have Jeremy here, aka Vicious, you know, the man himself, the voice of Street Fighter 6 here. I'm here to ask you a few simple questions. Listen, this is the last Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 5. What's one thing that you're going to actually miss from Street Fighter 5 going into 6?
Well, first and foremost, I love seeing differences like for V-skills and V-triggers that happen pretty much every single year. I love seeing those kind of balance changes, but at the same time, it's like I'm ready for the new system already, to be quite honest with you. Like, I'm kind of over and done with like V-triggers. Like, I'm, you know, kind of over it.
So that's obviously the follow-up. What's the main thing that you're absolutely not going to miss from Street Fighter 5?
Man, I'm not gonna miss getting mixed by a lot of these grappler characters. That is for sure. Laura seems a little bit of a problem. So I didn't go went ahead and like delete it. No, I'm just
But
kidding.
you're
I'm totally kidding.
counting your blessings too soon. We don't really know what the grapplers are going to be like in Street Fighter 6.
That's the thing. Like, we're only going off of like what's happened in the beta so far, and it's just like, man, I do not want to experience any sort of Laura again.
Right.
Like ever again.
But we haven't
then
seen
we have, like,
Zangief.
Then we have like Manol's like demo and stuff. I'm just
Right.
like, all right, we see like what she's about, and that scares the hell out of me too. So it's
Right.
like, I don't know, man. It's like one grappler for another. It's gonna be difficult.
I think this is a pretty boring answer, but I think V-Trigger is a pretty bad mechanic.
Okay.
I think fighting games in general have kind of like, I feel like V-Trigger was the last straw for a lot of fighting games to get rid of comeback mechanics, and now when you have mechanics like drive gauge, it's way more interesting in terms of strategy, because the strategy behind V-Trigger is pretty boring. There's like some characters in some matchups you can use your V-meter for V-reversal and V-shift pretty strategically, but on a lot of matchups and a lot of characters, you just play for V-Trigger pretty much, and that's the only strategy. And then once that V-Trigger is activated, it's not even hype. Like, I feel like those comeback mechanics are supposed to be hype, but when you activate V-Trigger now, it's normally just the other dude is not going to do anything for the next 30 seconds or something, and you're just going to do whatever you want and try to make a comeback that way. So I think drive gauge will be a much more interesting mechanic overall.
But Tengu studs are still hype.
No.
But they're still hype.
No.